Hey, today we're gonna talk about 5 sneaker releases. So no, they're not top 5 or like top sellers. They're basically just sneakers that I feel that are worth mentioning and worth having a conversation about. So with that being said, cue the intro. I just realized I don't do intros here, so this, I guess this will do. So yeah. Now the first pair of sneakers that we're going to talk about is none other than the infamous Prada and Adidas Originals collab on the Adidas Superstar. And my first impression is that they're really, really bad. And if I have one word to describe them, they're either going to be disappointed, lazy, or both. And it's probably both because they just look so uninspired, so lazy, and I feel like they kind of took the word effortless quite literally. And what they did with the shoe is basically it's a pair of Adidas Superstar, and they put the Prada logo on the tongue and on the lateral side of the shoe. Underneath the Prada logo, you'll see the words "Made in Italy" engraved on it. So that's, they're basically trying to tell you that this is a high quality sneaker, better leather, craftsmanship is on point, and all that good stuff. But I feel like it's really tacky. If you're trying to tell people that it's made in Italy, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but putting it just so noticeable, I don't know, man. I'm really not trying to hate, but it's getting on my nerves. And on the medial side of the shoe, you'll see some numbers. So, for example, it's 1 out of 700 because these are going to be a limited release of 700 units or 700 packs. These are going to be releasing alongside with the Prada and Adidas bowling bag, like as a bundle. They are gonna cost you a lot of money, retailing at 3,170 US dollars. I did not get my decimal point wrong. They're 3,170.00 US dollars for two things. Now, like I said, these are a shameless cash grab by Prada and Adidas because they know people are gonna buy it regardless, because number one, they're limited, number two, it's people love collabs, and then they don't care about the resale market. People are gonna just buy it the first day and resell it like 30 minutes after. And so it's a really bad look for, I mean, I had high expectation from this collaboration because when they first announced that they're gonna do this collaboration, I was thinking that, okay, Adidas being one of the best sneaker brands in the world, and Prada is this renowned fashion house, and then they have their own Prada Cloudburst Thunder model going on, which I think is really cool. And Adidas Originals is obviously, or not obviously, but like foreseeably, they could be putting out this iconic retro model, and then Prada will do something about it, adding some futuristic stuff onto the shoe, just something better than this. To be honest, they really just look like a pair of bootleg sneaker. It's just sad. Now the next sneaker that we're going to talk about is something cooler. They are again this renowned fashion house, Dior, collaborating with one of the best sneaker brands in the world, if not the best, Jordan brand. And I feel like they did a really good job. I'm not trying to be biased or say that they did a phenomenal job, but this is really cool. Initially, I don't really like them, but we'll get to that in a bit. Now, the first thing you'll see is, of course, the swoosh and then the Dior oblique jacquard pattern inside the swoosh. And if you feel like something is off on the shoe, it is. So basically they enlarged the swooshes to make it, bigger. And then the next thing you'll see is the wings logo with the words Air Dior, which usually says Air Jordan, and then they changed it to Air Dior. It's really cool once you kind of understood that the relationship between Jordan brand and Dior, what they have in order for Jordan brand to, take the name Jordan out and put the name Dior on it, which I think it's a really respectable move. Next thing is on the tongue. There's this tongue tab that usually says Nike Air, and then they changed it to Dior Air, which is again a little small detail that pays a lot of respect for the brand Dior. And on the front side of the tongue, you'll see this Dior oblique jacquard pattern again in this off-white color. You won't notice it unless you look at them up close. So I think this is a really small detail that sneakerheads or people would really appreciate, and again, a really cool touch. Small details really do matter. Now onto the translucent outsole, one of the most iconic or beautiful outsole pattern of all time. They're translucent, so obviously you could see through it, and you could see on the left or right side of the shoe it has this Dior logo, and the right side of the shoe there's this Air Dior Wings logo, which I think is really cool. Now personally, I would prefer something a little bit smaller, but you know, I cannot complain. This is a really cool way to just showcase this collaboration. And another thing that I thought was interesting is that they added some padding on the around the ankles, and then also extra padding on the tongue. And being that Jordan 1s, like normal Jordan 1s, aren't the most comfortable sneakers to wear, it means that they really put some thought onto the shoe to make it feel much more comfortable. And my favorite part of this sneaker is something underneath the insoles. So if you lift the insoles out, you take them out, and you'll notice that there's a layer of leather underneath the insoles. So that, I think, is a really good way to make a pair of sneakers feel luxurious, not just engraving the word made in Italy. These are gonna be releasing in April 2020 if I'm not mistaken, and they're gonna be retailing at under 2,000 US dollars. And yeah, it's pretty pricey, but I mean, it's Dior, it's Jordan, they are on the higher fashion end of things, so this kind of price tag is unavoidable, but nonetheless they're really freaking pricey. Now the third sneakers that we're going to talk about is again a Jordan brand shoe, and they are the Jordan 11 black and red, or Bred 11s if you want to call it that way. And they are honestly one of the best looking sneakers of all time. Honestly, these are beautiful, and I actually held a pair in my hand back in 2012, but I missed it because I couldn't afford them. We'll get back to that in a bit. Now these Bred 11s are the closest to the ones back in 96. Even the box is the same thing, same OG box. I mean, look at the patent leather on the side. It's slightly raised, so it's just like the 96, which the 2012s is a little bit lowered. They were called ahead of its time back in the day, back in 96. And then like even till this day, when I look at the shoe, they still feel ahead of its time. Now back in 2012s, I actually held a pair of Bred 11s in my hand in a basketball shop, and I ended up not buying them just because I was just getting into basketball. So I was looking to buy a pair of basketball sneakers instead of some expensive sneakers. So I walked in, I picked up this Nike Hyperfuse 2012. Above the Nike Hyperfuse, there's the Bred 11s just sitting there. I took them out, I looked at them, and I fell in love. I was thinking, wow, these are one beautiful sneakers, because you know, the black, white and red Chicago Bulls colorway, the Jordan brand logo, there's leather, ballistic mesh, patent leather, the colors, construction, like I said, 23 at the back. And then I tracked the price tag, and of course they're out of my budget, so I ended up going back home with a pair of Nike Hyperfuse 2012s instead of the Bred 11 2012s. But still, I will be passing on these just because I won't be wearing them as much. For shorter people like me, high tops don't really work out with us. They just make us look shorter, and especially when I put this on, all you're gonna see on my legs are my knees because they're that high. So unfortunately for me, these are gonna be a pass. Now the Jordan Bred 11s are gonna be releasing in December 14. It's probably right when this video is up, and they are gonna be a general release, so everyone should be able to get them. They're gonna be retailing for 220 US dollars. And yeah, onto the fourth sneaker. Again, we have another Jordan brand shoe. Again, it's another Jordan 11, the low top version, and they're called the white, black and red. Now this is a really weird colorway, but it makes me feel funny, but not in a bad way, you know what I mean? Now if you're familiar with the Jordan 11 models, they're the Concord 11s plus the Bred 11s that we've seen on the third shoe. They're combined into one shoe in this low top iteration. I don't know how to feel about this. The one thing about Jordan brand is that they really grow on you after a while, so we'll see how it goes. These are gonna be releasing in April 25th 2020, going for $185 US. I just thought that this is interesting to put out and see what you guys think, but yeah, like I said, we'll see. Now the fifth and final sneaker on this list, they're not Jordans anymore or Adidas. They're actually Nike, and they're the Nike Kobe 5 Protro Chaos / Joker. Now these are beautiful, to me at least. They look really cool. They have this lime green swoosh, lime green outsole, and a little bit of white and red speckle on the midsole, a little bit of gray here and there, and then wine colored laces. A lot of colors going on. These are the 2009 Kobe Bryant's Christmas shoe. They're gonna be releasing in December 26th. I'm not sure about the price, but yeah, they're gonna be releasing in December 26, 2019. And exactly a decade ago on that date, Kobe Bryant was playing in this against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I just thought that these are beautiful because one funny thing about this shoe is that they're called Chaos but also Joker. There's also another colorway of the Kobe 5s, which is called the Dark Knight. And a decade later, we got the new Joker movie portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix, a really good movie by the way, and somehow they're re-releasing the shoe in this Joker colorway. I don't know if you're getting what I'm thinking about, but yeah, crazy timing. This is a pair that I'm really considering to purchase because I'm a huge Kobe sneakers fan, I'm a huge Kobe fan, so I really don't know if I should miss out on these. We'll see how it goes. If you don't know what Protro means, they're basically called Performance Retro for short. And what they do with Protros is that they're taking retro models and then making them more performance driven in a way. So they're trying to shave off this unnecessary weight of the retro models and then putting in new tech to make the shoe much more aligned to what we have today. New sneaker tech, all that. And it's gonna be a fun shoe to play in. But with that being said, that is all I have for this sneaker releases. Like I said, it's not top 5. It's something that I just thought is worthy to talk about and worthy to have a conversation about. Let me know what you guys think about these 5 shoes. Let me know what's your anticipated sneakers that's coming out. And as always, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.